Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another Vlogmas video. We are getting near the end, but we have got another, what I think is going to be super educational and fun video for you today. We are up at Coleraine for a lesson with another 5-star event rider. Lucky me, I cannot quite believe what a Vlogmas I am having. But we are here and going to have a lesson with Paul Tapner. Now, Paul has been coming down to Cornwall quite regularly, and I am hoping, I'll be honest, it's just not quite worked out with dates and times of when I've been able to get myself on one of his lessons, but I'm hoping in the new year that will all change, and with him coming down regularly I'll be able to have a regular training in the jumping. That is the aim anyway. I love going around and having lessons with loads of different people, but I would, and I think it would be more beneficial to find one person with the jumping and stick with them. So fingers crossed all goes okay. I am super excited to be collaborating with the lovely team at Super Cross Country. Now, throughout the eventing season, there are 2 questions I get asked on a very regular basis. One of those, I don't even know which one is probably more, if I'm honest. They are both always in my DMs, always on my comments, and they are, one of them is, what is the water tank in the front of my trailer? It's a water boy. And the other question is, where is my cross country colours from? And it is the lovely team at Super Cross Country. So I am, like I say, really delighted to be collaborating with the team to give you an epic giveaway where you can design your own custom cross-country colours. They've got it all online, it's super easy. You can have diamonds, stars, multiple stars, single stars, checkers, you name it, they can do it, and in a wide variety of different colours to whatever you like. Obviously we know Addie wears the lovely pink and I have got the starburst in white and grey. The grey goes in with my TI22 body protector, and then the white I feel matches like my white breeches, the white numner, and then I've got obviously my free jump stirrups also match the pink. So I am all for the pink. And originally I had my first set of cross-country colours from Super Cross Country back in 2017 when I was heading to Badminton with Sprite, and I'm going to be honest, in true Emily fashion, I left it very late in ordering the cross-country colours, and Becky at Super Cross Country, the owner, was fantastic. She made them up really quickly, got them out to me, and I wore them at Badminton. So they were Sprites. I then went to red with Lola, but then I wanted to go back to the pink but changed it up a little bit and have the starburst. Sprites had 3 stars going up my arm and then obviously on each segment of the hat silk, but I went for the starburst with Addie's. I will put some footage over the top of all of this so that you can see her colours in use. I actually got my cross country hat here with me today, which I thought I would wear. We're having an arena cross country lesson, so body protector and skull cap will be on, and I thought I will wear the pink, bright pink hat silk with the starburst on for today's lesson. They're running a little bit behind, so we have just been treated hot chocolate or mulled wine, whatever you fancy, and it is a little bit chilly today, so the mulled wine is going down very, very nicely. Addie is partially already tacked up and ready for the lesson ahead. Say hi, Addie. You okay? What are we doing? She's in a really good mood today, actually, and I hope that she's going to go up there. I've got to obviously remember the things from my Mary lesson. Don't be nudging constantly with my legs. Don't overfold. And yeah, I did have a schooling session a couple of days ago, and I was really conscious. I was going around, like Mary said to me, and think, who are you riding like? And I was like, I'm riding like Charlotte Dujardin. My head was up and I was like not squeezing. I was trying to get my heels down. That's a work in progress because I need to get these ankles a little bit more flexible. But I am really trying to keep that in my head. So hopefully we'll put that into practice again in today's lesson. I don't think it's going to be a thing that's just going to be overnight and change. So yeah, anyways, let's get Addie out, let's get tacked up, get myself changed and get on board ready for our first lesson with Paul Tapner. So make sure that when you have finished watching this video, head over to Instagram and get yourself entered into that amazing giveaway being provided by Super Cross Country. So here we are, just getting ready. I've got about 5 minutes. So this is the Starburst in Addie's colours, but I've also got the original. I've got a bit of mud on there actually, but that is the original of Spritey's that we wore at badminton. So all those years ago, that lives in my cross country hat bag. So I just wanted to show. And then I've also got, I actually got a silk cap for Lola, and again, as you can see, that has got Super Cross Country on it. I actually don't know if I prefer the silk to this one here, which I don't know why. I could have that one on here if I wanted to. I don't know why I didn't get that, to be honest with you. Again, you can have any pattern that you wish to go on it. I've always been a fan of stars. That's obviously my pattern.
Because you are a star.
I am a star. Oh, what a pun, what a joke.
I'm available for weddings, bar mitzvahs and christenings.
I should be wearing red for Vlogmas, shouldn't I?
No, you are a pink person.
I am a pink. Oh, I wouldn't go with my stirrups.
Exactly.
I'm all a bit of a matchy person.
We can't have that.
And then the grey body protector that goes with the grey stars. I need to get on.
Don't look at the state of that in there.
Vlogmas has hit my car hard. So as you guys know, this was my first lesson with Paul. So as most lessons start, just a bit about Addie, a bit about myself, what I want to work on, what are sort of common faults and our struggles, our weaknesses. And then he had us warming up as a group like this. Now, in respect to Paul, he was more than happy for me to film the entire lesson, but he didn't want his voice to be on the video. So I thought, and I'll be honest, I'm fairly confident when I say this is the first time I have ever voice-overed, is that even a word, over a lesson. And I thought I could share what I'm feeling, and I can say what Paul was obviously telling me throughout the lesson. But do let me know down in the comments if you like this style, and I can potentially do more of this in the new year. But like I said, we were warming up as a group, and what Paul was asking us to do was do a small circle there like that in front of him, and he didn't want to see the pace change from the straight sides to the circle. The rhythm should stay exactly the same. I was actually really pleased with how Addie warmed up, because she can sometimes come up and be spooky, but she actually was really well behaved and just got her head down and got on with it. She still, and like I said, it's not going to be fixed overnight, was a little bit behind my leg, and I thought I wasn't like sort of nudging constantly and was being more aware of it. So I do think I'm better, but I still, when you watch it back, I am. But that's me being overcritical and analytical of myself. But I do think that she's circling well. He did say there that that circle was a little big. I needed to do a smaller one. But she was trotting around nicely and getting on with it well. And I don't think that our rhythm changed on the circle. So I was pleased with that. So you saw that we changed the rein. As we all know, we need to do things evenly on the left rein and the right rein. Now, I've got to say, I was obviously saying that Addie wasn't spooky, but coming this way, the step there seemed a little bit different, so just needed a little bit more encouragement. And then I was determined here, make the circle smaller, needed to be more looking around my circle where I'm going. And I just feel like the shoulders were just drifting out a little bit there on the second half of the circle. And you also had to be aware of the people behind you, the people in front of you. And then we go on and do this in canters. So I just did the first line there, just trying to be up and off of her back, before then sitting around here. And we're doing the exact same exercise. So the canters should all stay the same. Don't change the rhythm. And doing again another small circle there in front of Paul. So he said that my canter stride needed to be a little bit shorter, and actually there I needed to be a bit more reactive because Sam was coming up behind me. But otherwise, I was really pleased with her canter there. You can just see that we're a little bit quick, but Addie struggles to hold that shorter canter. So when he does say like it needs a shorter stride, she does struggle to hold that. Better on the left than on the right, but just allowing her to move a little bit forward. But I suppose that's where my rhythm shouldn't really change. He then asked us to halt. And he said, oh, well done. We're all obviously in control of our horses because we were able to halt straight away. And actually, that's a good looking halt there, Addie. Then, of course, like I said, we do everything then on to the other rein. And this is her weaker side. So trying to get her to, she was just a little bit spooky again past that step. And actually, that's more of an evasion. That's her way of, this is hard work, so I'm going to spook. So I've got to be aware of that and actually be like, no, we are working and you can do it. Then there, I needed to make her smaller canter. And again, she just couldn't quite hold it. But she did pick it up. And again, Paul was just saying to have a shorter stride in the canter. But and there, see, she broke on me again. Then she goes even more spooky because she's like, this is really hard work, Mum. But it's quite interesting. And actually, this is quite good for me to sort of talk it through with you guys of what was sort of happening as we're warming up. But she can do it, and it's just building up that strength for her to be able to hold that canter for a longer amount of time. That was a really nice circle. I was pleased with that. But again, she just almost goes to die on me there as well. But we went past that step without spooky and coming back to a halt. And again, a very nice halt, Addie. Very nice halt. Then it was on to our warm-up fence. Now, Addie got quite excited about this. I don't know whether it's because we're sort of all following each other, but yeah, you can see she just picks up the pace a couple of strides out and then is like, woohoo, let me go. And I'm trying to be like, no. And then I think this is where she then has a spook and then has a bit of a reaction to that. But I laugh at those things now. I probably used to get quite et up about them, but now it makes me giggle. But this is why we warm up, because she just did want to go a little bit fiery. And that's where I just need to try and keep that rhythm and nice, maintained, even all the way to the fence. Whether you're on a short stride, a long stride, whatever you're on, just need to try and keep that rhythm a little bit. And then like here, she's like, oh, I know we're going to the fence. So I'm just like trying to get her to be steady, but I'm pleased with my body protector, my body position. I do feel that I am sitting up better, and that's something else that I really want to try and get out of the habit is overfolding over the fences. It doesn't need to be. I'm almost getting in her way, as Mary King said. I'm getting in the way of her shoulders from being able to come up. That was better. Got a little bit close, but I felt that the rhythm, and it's slowly getting there the more and more that we did. We then moved on and did the warm-up fence, 4 strides down to a roll top. Now, the first time that I did this, I didn't quite get my line correct to the second part, and as you'll see, we had a flyer there, but we also jumped way to the left. I should have been jumping in that line in between those 2 skinny roll tops. I should have been jumping that in the middle. So we came and we did it again. And there we got it with the nice 4 strides. Didn't quite have so much of a fire into the first one and jumped it nicely. Then we're on to a curving line. And I was really, really pleased with this rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We jumped maybe a little bit left to the middle, but we were actually meant to be fitting in 4 strides in that, not 5. So I just needed to make a bit of a tighter turn, like so. And she did it nicely. But I was still pleased with the 5 strides because I felt like it was an even 5. It wasn't a panic. And then we went on to the arrowhead. And then we had to make sure that we were staying straight afterwards, and we didn't stay that straight. We didn't really get a very straight approach. It was a short distance off of that corner. We got a close stride, but we stayed an awful lot straighter afterwards. So that's why we repeated that one. Then we're coming around and doing a corner, and this is where I no idea what Addie got in her head. I don't know if she was excited, knew that we were jumping, something spooked her, not quite sure. But again, I tried not to get et up by that. Just came around again, put on a load more left leg and said, you are keeping out. And actually we got over that one really nicely, but we didn't again stay straight. So we were aiming for our right toe to go just past that wing of that fence. So again, we came around to jump this one again. And you can see there, we stayed much, much straighter. And actually the whole line, the approach, the jump and the landing was much, much better. We then just had a little walk down through the water, which Addie was, bless her, completely unfazed. It's crazy to think a couple of years ago when I first got Addie, she didn't want to go into that water and took a bit of encouragement. But once she goes in something once, she's usually like, yep, okay, I can do that. We then came out, turned around and trotted back through, which she found it very exciting that she was at the back. But then once she got in, she then just trotted through it nicely, understood. She was like, okay, that's fine. Dear of her. And then it was time to move on to do the course. So putting together all the fences that we had already jumped. So starting with the warm-up fence. Again, you can just see, and you can see that change of that rhythm, but we still got the 4 strides. And I think the pole kind of made her learn to go, oh, okay, yeah, I will listen. Then it's coming around here to do that curving line again on the 4 strides. She again stayed in a nice rhythm for her, and we got a nice 4 strides and a good line around. We jumped the middle of the roll top. Emily then forgot that we were meant to be jumping this red one there, but that probably didn't help Addie. Maybe I should have circled as it was only training. And then we were coming down through here to jump the water tray, which she flew. I was a little bit worried that she might have jumped that absolutely massive, but no, she jumped it really well because we didn't jump that before jumping it in the course. And then coming down to go through the water, which she jumped in really nicely. Then coming around the corner here, and we were counter canter and almost a bit too just not quite concentrating to get up that step. And then this line was very, very, I underestimated the twisty turny that line was. I mean, we got all over it, but from the step I had long reins and I didn't gather them up, I just went with it, and then it just kind of led on to all of that. So we came round, did it again, got a much better jump up and off of the step, picked up canter, my reins are much shorter, and then I was able to plan this better. We got a bit of a long one there, but we jumped through that combination so much better.
Emily, what did we think about that then? You tell me.
That. Oh, how are you?
You enjoyed it? This is a good thing.
I
I'm glad
did
you enjoyed
enjoy
it.
Yeah, I really did enjoy it.
Good.
I just, it's the approach. I just feel
You just got to make sure it's smooth, yeah?
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets a little bit frantic, a little bit wobbly, and a bit sort of
Yeah.
push, pull, yeah?
Yeah.
You've got
You
good
don't stay in a nice rhythm constantly.
Exactly.
It's
You've
in
got
and
good
out.
control of the canter, but we need that. It means you're getting a good canter all of the time, yeah? And a nice smooth turn, and get the horse straight. Yeah, and every part of you keeps the horse straight, and not only straight on the line, but straight in the body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
Shoulders drift out.
it's going like this and it's going like this, and then you end up snaking. Whereas actually, bend the horse and then straighten the horse, and then, like you say, every part of you channels the horse straight.
Yeah.
And just make everything a little bit smoother.
Yeah.
You know, everything you're doing is correct. I just like it to be a little bit more subtle sometimes. Yeah.
Actually, do you know what? I need to stop this because you deserve it. Here you go, sweetheart, because you do very much deserve that. You were very good today. Thoroughly enjoyed our lesson with Paul Tapner. It was a shame. I did feel, in all honesty, it was just a little bit rushed to try and beat the light, but we did manage to achieve everything that we wanted, jumping all those quite challenging lines, actually. That one that we did right at the end, the arrowhead to the show jump to the corner, was tougher than I thought, and I don't think I quite appreciated how much you had to wiggle down the line on the first attempt, but we did get to do it again, and I was really chuffed with how Addie took it on. Was rather keen, and as we know, what we're trying to work on is that rhythm. But again, we had super manners on the ground. She was very well behaved, and that is, we are working on our groundwork, aren't we, Addie? And I'm starting to see glimpses that it is starting to pay off, she says, and I'm about to get headbutted by her. And yeah, really good. I will be keen to get there with Paul for another lesson when he is next down in the new year. There is some talks as well that there might be some camps being planned as well, so perhaps we'll get ourselves on that. Huge thank you to Cornwall Eventing Academy for organising today and getting together a community for the Cornish eventers down here. Not only for organising the training, but also wanting us to have that community when we are travelling all those miles, knowing that others are going to be at those events as well will be really lovely next year. So if you are a Cornish eventer, want to get onto any of these Paul Tapner clinics, make sure that you give their Facebook page a follow, where all dates are all listed on there. Get yourself booked in, like we will be for the next year. Ooh, give you a scratch. Also, obviously, a huge thank you to today's video sponsor, Super Cross Country. As I said at the beginning, make sure that you head on over to Instagram now to get yourself entered, and you could be winning a custom cross-country set by the lovely team at Super Cross Country. They don't only do cross-country colours, they have got, we might have seen in Tina's Secret Santa, that there was a present of a neck strap with like her name all printed on it in whatever colour that you like. I've actually got a fluorescent hoodie in there, which I really love, really bright pink. They do a wide variety of different clothing, saddle pads. You can all be fully matchy-matchy. I know Kerry-Ann has got a matching saddle pad that goes with her cross-country colours. So do give their website a check out. I will pop that website URL down below in the description and get yourself entered into the giveaway that is shortly going to be going live over on Instagram. Of course, you've got to be in it to win it. So thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. But until the next Vlogmas video, in a couple of days' time, I will see you all then. If you have enjoyed this video, give it a like, leave a comment, and of course hit that all-important subscribe button if you don't already. But otherwise, we'll see you in a couple of days for the next Vlogmas video. Bye!